PRC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Friday, the 12th day of September. James Spann here in the Weather Center. Ike knocking on the door. In fact, we got tropical storm force winds blowing into Texas as we speak. Let's go to some of the Skycam shots around the network, and we'll start with our Gulf Shores Skycam. And again, it's just absolutely amazing to see the amount of water that has been pushed inland with Ike into Gulf Shores. The water beginning to calm down a little bit, but not much today. This is a huge hurricane in terms of the size. And again, we've had Fort Morgan Road flooded, Dauphin Island flooded. Things will gradually improve down there this weekend. Up on this end of the state, just a partly sunny afternoon. There's a look at the Gadsden Skycam from Etowah County. And in West Alabama, there's Tuscaloosa's Skycam. And off in the distance, you can see Bryant-Denny Stadium, where the University of Alabama will play Western Kentucky tomorrow evening, and looks like the weather will be dry for that game. Here's our big picture. There's Ike approaching the upper Texas coast. You can see the trough over the Rockies helping to turn that northward once it gets inland. And there's a look at the swath of heavy rain expected from Ike, Houston, to Tyler, Texas, to Fort Smith, Arkansas, to St. Louis, and Detroit. Rainfall amounts up in there between 5 and 10 inches. The amount around Galveston suggested at 13.8 inches. And around here, I just don't think we see much at all for the next 5 days. This is valid through Wednesday morning of next week at 7 a.m. In advance of Ike, we've got a tornado watch now for the southern half of Louisiana and far southwestern Mississippi. We could see a few isolated tornadoes in that area. That's through 10 o'clock tonight, and more watches will be required. There's our day one convective outlook for the rest of this afternoon and tonight. A slight risk of severe weather over that part of Louisiana and the adjacent part of southeastern Texas. Also a slight risk over parts of Kansas and Missouri. And tomorrow, a slight risk, eastern Texas, much of Louisiana, much of Arkansas, as Ike makes the turn north. And also a slight risk from St. Louis over to about Indianapolis. Well, there's a look at Ike approaching the coast. You know, this has been quite a baffling storm at times in its life history. It's not played nicely with computer models or meteorologists or the National Hurricane Center. And certainly this wind envelope is huge, and the inner core is just not tightened up. There's a look at the track. Top wind still at 105 miles per hour. No change in that, coming right up into Galveston Bay late tonight and then hooking north and then northeast. Here's a look at the wind envelope with Ike. This is a cool product coming from the Hurricane Research Division of NOAA, and this is based on a combination of data from buoys, Hurricane Hunter data, satellite estimates, and this is showing the wind envelope. And again, you can see, and again, this is all in knots now, not in miles per hour. There's a big difference there, so as you look at that, but again, really the maximum observed surface wind is 90 knots at about 105 miles per hour. Which is matched up with a hurricane advisory, and those hurricane force winds, kind of where you see the green touching the Louisiana coast, approaching the Texas coast. And again, for a hurricane, that is a whopper of a wind envelope right there. Now, of course, Ike is obviously the big story, but, let's not forget this is hurricane season. Let's take a look at the rest of the Atlantic Basin. We've got old Josephine trying to make a comeback. Her old bones are trying to come back to life, that thing north of Puerto Rico, and also a wave out there in the central Atlantic. The modeling on Josephine, the ones that pick it up, kind of run it toward the Florida East Coast and then turn it up into the Carolinas. And obviously, we've not had a lot of time to focus on that, but we will watch that carefully once we get Ike inland. Here's the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow. This is at 500 millibars. Ike is turning north. You can see the ridge holding across Alabama, so mostly sunny and hot tomorrow. Low 90s likely. And any showers very isolated. The big rains well off to the west. Sunday, Ike is centered really near St. Louis. And the heaviest rain seems to be a little north and northwest of Ike from St. Louis up to Chicago. And again, we on Sunday are as dry as a bone. And look at that. Monday, Ike is over New England, the trailing front all the way through here. So it looks like if we see any showers from that trailing front from what is a hybrid Ike at that point, it would be Sunday night, ending early Monday morning, and not much rain at all. And then Tuesday, the GFS is back on the dry bandwagon. Tuesday, dry as a bone. Wednesday, same deal, and that's in line with our forecast now. Thursday of next week, dry. A week from today, dry. And quickly at the end of the forecast, the 28th, the trough is gone. We're looking for that delivery of cold air. It's up there, but with that kind of pattern, we're not going to get it. We know it's some kind of tropical-looking system down there in the Bay of Campeche, but hey, we all know that's a long way out there, and that all inevitably will change. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this afternoon. We'll have notes on the blog, alabamawx.com, throughout the weekend on Ike. Brian Peters will have the videos this weekend. My next video here will be Monday morning at 7 o'clock, and we invite you to watch us on TV this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.